I feel the cold wind greet me as I step outside my home. I've gotten so used to my nightly strolls that the weather outside usually wouldn't bother me. Maybe I'm just a bit more sensitive tonight because it's our anniversary. Just around this time last year, you and I finally got together. I still get excited when I think about it. It was like something right out of a movie. You were the popular one with all of these loud, rambunctious friends. And I was just this shy person who really didn't want to stand out at all. I hadn't known you for very long, but I always admired you. You were the kind of person who could get along with just about anyone. I never wanted to stand out, but I wanted so badly to be around you. Only you. Just to feel some of that warmth that everyone else got to feel when they were around you. And you were always surrounded by people. I know because I'd always see you after school or out in town, in the park, somewhere. Somehow, as if fate wanted it to happen, we'd always wind up in the same places. I swear it wasn't intentional. At least, I don't think it was. Maybe I was just trying to catch you alone, so I could finally be with you, without having to worry about my voice being drowned out by anyone else. Just one moment so that I could put myself in your path and finally lock eyes with you and show you who I am. Seeing you around town went from a happy coincidence to a hobby of mine. I got a thrill of predicting where you would be and when. The rush I would feel as I began to follow your every single move, it got so addicting. I would get closer and closer to you, and every time I did, it felt like I was walking closer and closer to a roaring fire. That warmth that I had wanted and craved so badly from you was so close, and all I had to do was reach out and touch it. But that was the part that I just couldn't do. The same shyness that made me need you was the same reason why I couldn't get close to you. But that one day, just around this time last year, was what made all the difference. Suddenly, there you were. A welcome warmth on a cold October day. You smiled and you said my name. You really said my name. I didn't think you ever saw me, let alone knew my name. It was all I could do to keep my breathing calm as you asked me what I was doing that night. You said you were having a Halloween party at your place and if I'd like to come. I agreed immediately, of course. In hindsight, I'm not even sure I fully heard what you said. I didn't hear that you said it was a costume party, and I barely heard your address or what time you wanted me to be there. But that didn't matter. I had known your address for a while, so I just sat outside and waited for the right time to go in. The party itself was terrible. My own personal hell on earth. Masked figures and strangers and loud noise and just chaos everywhere. I hated every single person in there, the way they would pat you on the back when they saw you or even hug you. But seeing you and being in your home made it all worth it. That's why I offered to help clean up after those filthy animals left. I just wanted some time alone with you. And that night, that was the night I finally told you how I felt about you. And a year later, our love for each other is stronger than ever. I let out a little shiver as I continue my walk down the street. The bottle of wine in my basket taps against the silverware that's inside. I've planned such a beautiful anniversary picnic for us tonight, right at our favorite spot. I know you're already there waiting for me, so I quicken my pace a little bit. I'm so happy our love has grown so much in such a short time. At first, you were unsure, but I understood. It's hard to open yourself up to love. It's even harder to give your heart to someone. So I left you little love notes and gifts wherever you went. Just to remind you that I was watching. After a few months, you finally left those friends of yours behind. I just knew they were bad for you. All they ever wanted to do was take you away from me and get mad when you'd constantly look over your shoulder to find me. They called you paranoid. I called you smitten. After a while, I didn't even have to worry about looking for you in town, or at the park or anything like that, because we were always together, and I always knew where you'd be. Isn't it amazing how love truly conquers all? I finally make it to our special spot, the abandoned gardens deep in the campus grounds. It was such a shoddy place, but with a little love, I made it beautiful for us. I pull out a key, and I unlock the shed in the back of the garden. And there you are. God, you're as beautiful as the day I met you. I smile sweetly and I say hello.
Hello, my love.
But you're just a bit too tired to say anything back.
Did you miss me?
I sit down beside you and I tell you about the food I made and the wine that I brought.
I made us something special tonight.
I know you must be hungry. I made sure not to feed you this week so you'd look forward to what I made for us. Your eyes light up when you start to look at the food. I always love that look. You weakly reach out for the food, but the chains on your wrists are just too short for you to reach it. Of course, I did this on purpose so that I could feed you. It's just more romantic that way. We sit and I feed you and give you wine to drink as I tell you about my day around town. You just love to listen to my stories. I never feel like my voice will be drowned out when I talk to you. That's because you never really talk back when I talk. You just softly nod your head. You've always been such a good listener. After I finish my story and we finish the bottle of wine, I ask you if you know what makes tonight so special.
So, my love, do you know what today is?
You weakly raise your head to think, but then slowly shake your head no. I'm sure you just wanted to hear me say it. So I do. I tell you that it's our anniversary. That it's been a whole year since that fateful Halloween party that set all of this into motion. You're so moved when you realize just how long it's been that your breath starts to get shaky and your eyes open so very wide.
I know, time really flew, didn't it?
I think I can even see a tear fall from your eye.
It feels like just yesterday.
Yes, my love. It's been an entire year. A whole year of you and me together. Of me keeping you nice and safe. One whole year that you've been all mine.
I'm so happy that you're mine.
I nudge just a bit closer and nuzzle into you. The thick chain around your neck is cold against my lips, but your body still has that same warmth that I craved so long ago.
I love you.
That roaring fire that burned inside you.
I love you so very much.
It's still there. I just had to tame it a bit, so that I wouldn't get burned. But now I have you. I have your warmth. It's all mine.
I'm never gonna let you go.
And I couldn't ask for anything more. Well, perhaps just one thing more, but I won't bring that up tonight. No, not tonight. Tonight, I'll just enjoy this time with you on our very first anniversary. And who knows, maybe next year, for my anniversary gift, you'll finally let me take your heart. Happy anniversary, my love.